Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft / dining room. Oh, you better not pout. You better not cry. You better not shout, I'm telling you why. Simon Says Stamp has a new stamp kit and it's called Santa's Helpers. I'm not really known for my songwriting, my vocal styling, so that's a whole other topic. But today I am going to be unboxing the latest Simon Says Stamp card kit. I'm gonna unbox it, take a look, let things simmer, and then I'm gonna make some magic. At least that's the plan. So stick around, my unboxing and card making is coming up next. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh. All of my singing aside, let's commence to the unboxing. Oh, look at this right down outside of the bag. A little bit of crackle paste, a little bit of the Distress crackle paste in the icicle. Have you seen this stuff? I have seen this stuff because I actually have some of this, and it does a wonderful crackly thing. All right, I'm going to set my box aside and let's open the bag. I like to be very careful when I'm doing this because I don't want to bend any. Oh, all right. Let's bring it out here. And all right. Okay. Mint. Oh, I've got things falling here. Okay, first things first, some sort of a mint. I will save this for when I need energy. Now, let's just look at this a few things at a time. Okay. First things first, we have a Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen Glitter Brush Sterling Silver. Oh my goodness. Look at that cutie. Perfect for shimmering projects. And this looks like maybe this is some kind of a update. Wow, I've never tried one of these. I have a glitter pen, not a glitter pen. What is that thing called? The name's escaping me, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Wink of Stella. This is going to be cool. I'm excited to try that. So sparkle pen. We have a little palette knife from Ranger, which I am assuming is made so that you can put crackle paste in icicle onto things. That's very cool. All right, what is this? This is one Doris needle tip applicator bottle. So you know how sometimes you want to transfer things? In fact, oh, I have a glue that I want to transfer, I think. I don't know where it is, but I do have a glue that got totally clogged. And I think what you do with this is you snip right there, and then you have a little snap bottle for whatever your heart desires. Cute. Tim Holtz Ideology Bubbles. Well, look at that. It's a whole package of little bubbles and baubles, which could be very cute for like a little holiday display. Oh, that's very cute. Never had any of those before. I've never had much of the Ideology stuff at all. I think the only thing I've ever had is stickers. So that is very fun. Look at this package of Doris little tiny foam squares. Well, that's fun. I use small foam squares pretty much on almost everything I craft and create. So I think that is fun as well. We have 2 envelopes. One of them is a USA2 Audrey Blue from Simon Says Stamp, and the other one is just a classic white envelope. Now this is from, let me read here, the Craft Consortium, the Made by Elves line. So what you start out here, 10 sheets of patterned paper, and look at those cute little scenes. That is so adorable. Loving the pinks and the reds. Let's spread this out over the top. Look at those cute little strips of scenes, and that's on the back. Oh, and I do love a 2-sided. Look at the little elf hats. Very cute. Oh, that is funky goodness on the back. Look at that. Oh, I love that pattern. Okay. Very cute. Look at that little friend. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of paper in one fell swoop. And the thing is, with little patterns like this, oh, that's very cute too. You can make so many different card projects with these, and I'm excited to try something today. Oh, look at that with the little pink layered in and the scene. Very cute. Little Christmas wrapped hammers, also in a pink. That's sweet too. Candy canes and candy canes. Ooh, love having the different options for colors. Snowflakes, and actually, can you pick up that that's a glitter? They're shiny. There's glitter or shine on the flakes, not on the reverse side. That's cute too. And then little packages in 2 different tones. What a fun set of pattern paper. So that is 10 pieces of 6x6 paper. That's a lot of paper. All right. So there's your paper. Set that over here. Okay. Now I'm going to flip over the stamp set so we're not looking at that yet, because this is also, let's see, Craft Consortium. Again, this is a new company to me. 3D decoupage. Now check this out. It comes in layers, layer 1, layer 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I suppose what you can do, am I seeing this right, is like pop them up onto a panel like this. You could make like a little display and put it in like a frame. Or what if you made little cards that were totally popped up? Oh, that's so cute, because that's like, you have die cuts ready to go. This would just, oh my goodness, how fun would that be on a white card base? Look at these. All of these little elements can go onto a card project. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. That's like getting the images. Oh, is that 2 in there? I think it is. And the die cuts of all the pieces. Oh, and then you have all your coloring done for you. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I love a simple card. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna leave that fan out. Now let's take a look at the namesake stamp set. And this is Santa's Helpers 6x8 clear stamp set. So let's flip this over and take a look at these beautiful stamps. So there's a little ornament holly wreath, some cute elves, elves and snowmen, and then look at the little greetings, right? These could work great with these pieces as well. Look at the elves. And the style is actually, it's very similar to that. That is so cute. Now, I would imagine in the store at Simon Says Stamp, there are coordinating dies. Whenever I get a kit, generally speaking, the stamp sets do not have the coordinating dies. And I'm okay with that, because there are so many ways you can use stamps, whether you fussy cut or, stamp and don't even worry about cutting. But I think it's going to be really fun to take one of these scenes and just start really simply with a card. Do you know what I forgot to even show you? The cardstock. So here's the cardstock. I'm putting away the kit and I'm like, wait a minute. We have, let's see, I think we have a sheet of 100-pound lipstick. We have a sheet of 100-pound Audrey Blue. We have a sheet of 100-pound Simon Says Stamp, and this is all Simon brand. Black cardstock, and 1 sheet of Nina Solar White Classic Crest. So those are the cardstocks. Almost forgot. See, I get so carried away that I kind of forget what's in the kit, and then I get to talking and all that good stuff and the stamps and this and the that. Okay, now I'm gonna germinate, and then I will share cards. For card number 1, I have to use one of these for a project. Now look at this. I think they just pop out. I'm always nervous when I'm popping things out, but I have a feeling these are going to pop out really easily. Look at how sweet that is. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to pop out all of these in this one too, even though I don't think, and who knows, these are called little decoupage sets, or decoupage. Decoupage, what am I trying to be super fancy? I don't know about decoupage because that's not really in my wheelhouse, but what is in my wheelhouse is clean and simple holiday cards. So I'm going to get all of this popped out, and then we're going to take this piece of Nina Solar White and make a couple of cards really quickly to start. Bring in my paper trimmer here, and I'm going to cut my piece of Nina Solar White Classic Crest down. It's going to be top folding. We'll go like that, right? Get it lined up. That looks like it's right at 4 1/4, and cut. And I'll set this aside. And I'm going to score this to start. But here's the thing. I might change my mind as we go, right? Because I've got these little pieces. But first, let's just score this right at 5.5. Now, before I do anything else, I want to put a little thought into what potentially could be done. Let me zoom in a little here. Because here's the thing. These are like, you can have this little friend in here like that. How cute is that? Or you could have the one with the elf, right? And this could be just in and of itself on a card. That is like, we call that in the in the biz, we call that instant cards. Now, if I wanted to have, I don't know why I would pop that up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of the foam squares, okay? But what I don't know is, do I want to have a greeting stamped on from the kit? And it could just be as simple as, hope the season brings you great joy. You know what? Let's take this off. And honestly, I could just stamp this with black ink. It does not have to be, you don't always have to have something shiny. I mean, you can really go simple like this. Or we could do Happy Holidays or Happy Christmas. Either would look good. I think, considering this is a larger thing, or Merry Christmas, maybe I do want to have Happy and Holidays or Happy Christmas. Now here's the thing, and also you can have this hanging out for stamping. It's not going to harm a thing, okay? But here's what I don't know. Do I want to have that be up a little bit? Would it be cute to have it gold and shiny? Because it's a holiday card, gosh, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Happy. We're just going to have it be very close like that. If you had this set up in your stamp positioner or whatever, you could stamp a handful of these cards using some of the other pieces, right? Oh, did that just move? Let's make sure we're still in the right place. Well, we got to go up a little, up just a little bit. There we go. My paper got picked up. But then you could kind of have an assembly line, right? I'm going to just press these down real quick. Well, let's take you out. I still can't believe having the ready-made stuff. I just think that's super rad. Okay. Powder up. I am going to emboss on here. And you know what? Even if my cardstock warps a little bit, which it probably will, I'm just going to squeeze it out maybe between a book, which is something that I do all the time. I'm going to ink this greeting up. And again, I'm going to just make sure that magnet is right there because I don't want this to move. Maybe I need another magnet. Sometimes you got a magnet. You got to stick them down. I tore mine too because I need to replace that. All right, we're inking it up really well. Happy Holidays. I'm going to bring this down and use a pressing tool. This is my Debbie tool to just press to transfer the ink. Okay, get a nice coating on there. I'm not going to double stamp it because unless no, you know what? That looks great. I can even see it with the naked eye. I am going to grab something from my collection, not in the kit, just some gold embossing powder. Of course, you could do this in just a plain ink. You could use silver. You could use any powder that you have. Let's just get a nice coating there, like that. Happy Holidays. That's a very fun and festive font, too. I'm going to take one of my brushes here that I keep, these angled shaders, just to dust away any powder. Look at that pretty, shiny, Happy Holidays. So here's what we need to do. We need to fold this down, right? Get that nice crease on the score line. And this is a US A2 card, so this folds down to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And actually, looks like I cut my paper a little off, so I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll bring this back in. If you ever fold something, or that's probably from, I think it's from the warping, but here's the deal. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this right back in, and I'm going to just take a tiny bit off the side, and now it will be perfectly lined up. I'm going to put this in a book and just put it under something heavy for just a few minutes. And while I'm doing that and letting it flatten a bit, I'll put foam squares on the back of this friend. You just work your way around, and in the precarious locations, you put your little friends and then just put a couple in the middle. And just like that, you are going to have dimension. Okay, just taking all the backers off the foam squares. I just use my little pen blade, which makes lifting them easy. This is so simple. Let's make sure that we get the pole straight. And all we're going to do is just pop that right there, like that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that sweet little card. And where is my envelope? Whether you put this with one of like the Audrey blue, how cute would that be coming in the mail? I think this is the beauty of a die cut, right? Something that has been painted and done for you by some amazing artist, right? And you just pop that on, stamp Happy Holidays. That is a clean and simple card that I think anyone would be happy to receive. So that's card one, but the cool thing to keep in mind is, right, you have all these other sheets. You have that scene, you have that scene, you have that scene, and that scene, and of course, I still have all of these little friends to do other things with. And you know what would be very cute, actually? It'd be cute to make a coordinating tag. Using that, you could make another card with that, and these little friends could be used as well, and this too. So all of these things can be used separately to make more cards. All right, let's move on to card number 2. Card number 2 is going to be the fastest little card ever, but I wanted to take another one of these pieces and show you what you can do. You can make a little square card too. So you have 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, right? And you score it at 4 1/4, right? Fold that down. Bone folder, okay? So now we have a little square, and look how cute that would be right in the center of the square. To make this even simpler, before I stamp a greeting, what I can do here is just take dot runner on the back, right? Just, oh, I think I'm running out. No, I'm not. It always happens in a video, right? You take your dot runner, you've got your little card here, your little square card, and then stand up and line that up with the nice little margin on all sides, right? So that is directly onto the card base. Now, if you prefer more dimension, of course, you can pop it up. But now I am going to find something here for the little greeting. And I think I'll just do a nice little hope the season brings you great joy, or maybe have your elf a merry little Christmas. Okay, I'm going to get my cardstock out and stamp that. All right, I replaced the that friend right there because I needed a little more. And I think I would like to put a tiny banner on this, maybe. So again, I'm preserving my cardstock here because I can use other pieces from this in another card project, right? For example, I can take her and have her just be popped up by herself on a card, right? I just am so surprised at how many cute things you can do with this. And I think too, I'm still going to stamp this with gold powder, or should I use white? You know what? I think I'll use white powder. I just have some basics. You know, the powders that I use the most are white, silver, and gold. Of course, when the holidays come around, you know, I do a lot more gold, but I do like white. And so let's ink up. Actually, I'm just gonna rub my hand over this a little and we'll ink this up. This is just a much quicker card, and I wasn't even thinking I was gonna do it, but you know, when you're doing the unboxing and the card making, you got to go with the inspiration. You got to follow the flow, even if it doesn't look good. But I think this is so cute. Let's sprinkle the white on and see where it sticks. And if I have to dust a little off, we totally can do that. Like that. Have your elf a merry little. Perfect. Now, I could use a sentiment label die to cut this out, or, I got a new tool. It's not part of the kit, but I have this little teeny tiny trimmer from Tim Holtz. What the heck? Maybe I'm going to get better at hand cutting sentiments. Maybe not. But here's the thing that's so cool about it. So I can have this lined up here, right at the top. I can even go a little closer like that. Or maybe down a little, well, like that. And cut. Okay, there's that friend up there. And let's do this. I don't know, can I get close to the, I can line it all up here, like that. And I can look in here too, just to make sure that that is even from top to bottom. All right, let's do it. I'm holding it down lower as well. And let's see how that looks. I never trim by hand, but that's pretty good, right? I could have even gone a little closer, but you know what? Sometimes they say don't tempt fate, and so I'm not going to tempt fate, because what I'm going to do, I think I will put my own little notch on here. Let's see if I can do this by hand. I've seen it done by professionals. Actually, I think I do need to bring this in just a little bit like that. One of the things that's nice about a little trimmer like this, I don't have a big, I don't have a huge craft room. I craft in my dining room. And so I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. Okay, I've seen this done. Wish me luck. And if it's not perfect, it's fine. We're going to go snip to the center. And then we're going to go from the corner in and from the corner in. Oh, who am I? I just did that. This is the best day of my life. Okay, I'm going to make this a little smaller then, again, coming back in. But see, this is where, I wouldn't want to trim that by hand, because if it's going to be simple, I want it to be straight. And so that gives me, look at that. Not bad. Okay, just make sure you give it enough support like that. I'm sure that'll be fine. I'll put one more in because I'm an over-adheser. My name is Cathy Zielske, and I'm an over-adheser. Okay, let's just do that. Now, what you're going to do, it could go all the way out into the margin, or we're just going to put it right there. Oh my goodness. I think that is so cute. I'm going to let you in on a trade secret. Sometimes I'll just tape it down so it doesn't move. That probably won't hold it all. And then we're going to line it. Yeah, that's not going to hold it all. Hold on a second. Trade secret. My tushka. Okay. Let's put it here. Okay, now you shouldn't move, right? That's the idea anyway. But then, if you really want it to be butted up against, you just can do that. And when you put it down, let's let go. It should be right up against the edge perfectly. And I like this because I did want to, well, maybe we'll come down a little bit. We can come down a little bit like that. Oh, I just wanted you to be able to see a little bit of the table. Maybe that could have come down lower, but look at that. And now you have another little super sweet holiday card, right? I don't know. I think that is absolutely adorable. So just showing you a couple different ways you can take this whole wonderful scene and die cut pieces and even just these panels and create a super easy holiday card. For card 3, I want to color this friend, and part of it is a little selfish because I know he doesn't need much on his body. So I've got my stamp. I've got one piece of the Nina Solar White Classic Crest from the kit here, and this is a cardstock that I keep a lot of on hand, but I figured I'm going to try to do some fussy cutting with this because I actually think an image like this is going to be quite easy to fussy cut. But I certainly have learned a lot about scissors, and that I'm not as afraid of them as I would have thought. I never did fussy cutting as a scrapbooker, and I realized how many missed opportunities there were, right? But this is going to be great, I think. Because oh my gosh, that is just so stinking cute. Elves. They're adorable. Okay. I want to have, well, let's see. I have to color this way. I want my hat to be dark. And I'm going to go very slow because I am not, ooh, this is a very juicy pen. It's going outside the lines a little. I'm going to take the cap off because I've heard sometimes that can equalize the pressure. But again, I am not a perfect colorer, and I don't pretend to be, but I do want to have this coming down like that. Is it just me? I just want to start singing, there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. You know, when I was a kid, I never liked the voice actor, whoever did Frosty. Like, I didn't like his accent. I thought it was weird. Of course, I was a kid. I'm going to use my smaller tip too. By the way, I change out tips from my markers for this very reason, because it's very hard for me sometimes to see what I'm doing and get into these small spaces. I think part of why coloring intimidates me is because it's a little hard to see some of these small areas. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do for the elf yet. I just pulled markers for the snowman, but like, I can handle that. And you know what? Maybe the snowman's band, oh, it should match the elf in some way, shouldn't it? Isn't that what we do? I'm going to add a little shadowing here to the hat side like that. Must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. And when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. Okay. Just a little, right? I don't need to, win any awards here. And Cathy, I don't think you're at risk for that with your coloring. But we'll have a little so you get a little bit of dimension, right? It actually looks brighter on camera than it does here in what I'm doing in the real world. So let's go with his nose, because it's a carrot. And again, that smaller nib really helps me. Isn't Frosty the Snowman probably like what's called a public domain? You know what I mean? So I can sing it without having someone sue me. I'm going to go ahead and do the buttons made out of coal. Like that. And like that. Okay. That way, easy and breezy. He should have a brown twig hand. Oh, and he's putting the twigs in there. So let's do this one too. He's building the snowman. The snowman doesn't exist. He's just building it because he's having an elfie good time. Okay. I never said the card unboxing video makes would be fast, but it's fun to just see what shakes out. And for me to bust out some markers, I'm taking a risk. I'm not taking a risk. It's not a risk. It's only paper. Okay. So he's got twig arms now. I have T0 and T1. I want to keep my T-tones together so that, they're all cool. I love warm grays, but we're not doing that because I want it to tie in nicely with the T's, right? So that's T1, and honestly, I don't even think I need to do anything else on him, right? He could stay just like that. There doesn't need to be a lot of shadowing going on. Maybe we could bring in a little 0 too, just a little T0 right there. I just don't think I need to do much more. I could do a little here, right? Maybe a little over here, but I'm going to be cutting that, so I'm not really sure why I would do that other than that. Let's color in his little face, and then we'll make a little cheek. I'm starting a little bit out of order here because I don't even know what color I want his hair to be, but I know I want his skin to be EOO. I think it's nice for faces, especially for an elfin face because, you know, he's a cartoon. Oops. So much for my fancy display of marker caps. I do want to give him some cheeks, so let's take our 20. Cheeky right there. Because elves have to have cheeks that are rosy because they're just, you know, they're just so genial. I'm just gonna make this like it's white, just like the snowman. So there's a little bit of white matchy. I wanted to keep my elf a little blue because I'm thinking of the Audrey blue cardstock. And that's it, you know? I think part of the reason I just don't color that much is for this very reason, that I'm not as confident as I would like to be when I'm coloring. But here's the thing, I'm actually going to go over this again because I want to darken it up. This is not a disaster so far, you know what I mean? This is kind of cute. And this is purely winging it. I have some samples, I have some swatches of Copics that sometimes help me, but a lot of times I feel like I'm literally starting from scratch every single time. Now I am going to make his body parts. Now this is, what is that? Is that his arm? I can't tell, but that's a body. His shirt, I mean, it's not his body. He's not a clothless elf. I'm going to color that. See, because what I want to do is I really want to have some color coordination between the two guys, right? The two little friends. So, go like that. And the underneath part too. His elfin skirt, right? Now I'm starting to get nervous that I won't be able to do a good job cutting this out. Then I think, all this coloring, why didn't I just make this a one-layer card? Didn't think of that. Let's get this guy here, BG11. And again, just trying to create simple color harmony. If you get confused about colors like I do, don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. Just, you know, just stick with what you know. Stick with a monochromatic outfit. I know elves usually wear green, but not my elf. No, sir. And I am going to go over this a little bit, a couple times. That's the nice thing with Copics. Your paper is not going to pill up, right? So you can go over it a bit to create that little bit of contrast. I think this is looking good. Should my elf have gray hair like me, or should he have black hair? I know it's a little wild, but I used to dye my hair black, and well, for a long time actually in college when I was goth. It's kind of funny to talk about goth while you're coloring an elf, but my elf does not have to have golden hair. I am a dark-haired woman, and if I were an elf, I would be a dark-haired elf. So I'm proud of dark hair. So we're doing T7 for this friend's hair. That's adorable. Now, is this a ponytail in the back? We think it is. And so we're going to have to color that. Now, see why, for me, this little tiny tip makes all the difference in the world. I can barely see what I'm doing. Well, I can see, but like, I just don't have the steadiest hand. And now I can do that. Next up, belt. Oh, but his belt. Well, I think we're going to make it a dark belt. So here's this. Okay, like that. And over here, okay. And that's his little hand. And he does have stripies. So is the shirt going to be blues as well? I think so. So here's what we're going to do. Is BG11 the darker one or the lighter one? Now I can't remember. BG15, BG13. Hold on. Okay, that's the darker one. I am going to make some stripies right here. Or did I not? I didn't even use that one. Now I'm getting confused. Okay. BG10. Okay, let's get back into our world. Let's go light color, light color, light color, light color. And then this dark color, dark color, dark color. Because that's just his shirt and then his little hand. would also be, that's a mitten. I think that's his hand around, yeah. I'm telling you, friends. Yeah, it's never a dull moment with coloring. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of shadowing in here, just along this side to create a little separation. And maybe for his belt, I could take it and go a little lighter with one of my Copic T. I'm going to grab another one, T2. This portion of the video is so long, I apologize, but you know, when I'm coloring, and hopefully I can edit this, I'm going to edit this down a little because nobody needs to see this much coloring. How about T, no, that's W. T1, where's T0? Okay, I'm going to put T0 on the inside. There we go. So he's just going to have a little silver belt. Everybody knows elf boots look like this. I'm very afraid of going out of the lines. Turning you around. Like that. And I feel like if that's a leg, shouldn't we come right back in with a little color there? Okay. Okay. A little more shading there. Just kind of create a little dimension. I'm just going to fill him in the bottom so it's a little darker in the bottom. And my friends, that is, oh, his hat. I need to do this to match. Because if he's making a snowman, right, modeled after himself, I totally think he's going to have it be matchy-matchy. Oh, that is so cute. Where's my other BG? Well, that's the 10. I don't think we're going to have a, oh, well, let's see. Color that in over here. And we'll try a little bit more on the other side to create some shadowing. Again, I'll have all the markers. It looks like I have a zillion used, and maybe I actually do, but I do want this to be darker over here, like that. Took me 30 minutes to make that, friends, but you know what? It's pretty darn cute. In fact, I may take one more swipe of T over because it looks a little piecey right now. I'm going to do that. I don't want it to look piecey. I want it to look nice, and sometimes it takes a while to get that. But that's the nice thing about a marker is you can come back in and add some shade. All right, I'm going to go take a 5-minute mental break before I fussy cut this. All right, before I fussy cut, I am going to get that off. And then I'm just going to, take some of it off. Now, this is not a super complicated fussy cut technically. But of course, having the die would be so rad on this, right? Because I'm not sure, how much do I come up to create sort of an organic edge? We're going to try it. Now, here's the other thing that I didn't do on this. I didn't stamp this on lighter cardstock. And I think sometimes fussy cutting is easier to do on a lighter weight of cardstock, like an 80 pound. Well, I didn't do that, and that's okay because I'm using the cardstock from the kit. But because sometimes it's just a little easier when it comes to making your turns. But also, don't turn your scissors, turn the cardstock, and then you just sort of, follow it to the best of your ability. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Look at that. I'm giving myself a nice, generous margin because I don't care. I just want it to be cut out, And if you start to stress, just go straight out like that and take a breath, right? But look, that already looks pretty darn good. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to finish doing exactly that off camera, and then we are going to move on to the next part of the card. My little friend has been cut, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I love to do. Once you have finished fussy cutting, you need to just go over the edges, and the reason why, it will just kind of smooth out some of the jankiness if your cutting isn't perfect. And my cutting isn't perfect, but this is going to look fantastic on my card. going to take some of the Audrey blue cardstock from the kit. And again, I go to my top folding style because that's just the one I like the most. And here's what I'm thinking, but I don't know yet for sure. I need to get some little foam friends on the back here because I definitely want to pop this little guy up onto the card base. I mean, if you're gonna, if you're going to the trouble of doing all the fussy cutting, you want to give it some dimension. And the other thing that it does, of course, if I were doing this on a white card base too, I think you would see less of the jankiness of my cutting. Does that make sense? So white is a great way to sort of hide that, but I'm not too worried about it because I actually think I did a decent job. And I think it's gonna look just fine. But all right, that's probably enough to give dimension, right? For my greeting, I think I am going to do hope the season brings you great joy. But I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do this. I might do this in silver. Now, this is where I am going to use some of these little snowflakes, but I think I'm just going to do like a tone on tone instead of worry about emboss or do anything, really intense. So I think I'm going to take Simon Says Stamp Seafoam ink and I'm going to just stamp a few around. Now, I probably should practice once because Lord knows when it comes to free range stamping, I get a little panicky. And I think this will be dark enough. Maybe not. Maybe I do need the color Surf. Let's see. I don't want it to dominate, but I also don't want it to disappear, if that makes sense. So let's see. That's probably going to work better. And if I don't like it, I won't use the card base. I just said that. I just said that out loud. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these and just stamp a few flakes around the background. Oh, this is a very easy one to stamp too. Now that one will get covered up. Don't worry. I know what we're doing here. Because my whole thing is just, how about one there? Right? Maybe one up there. Oh, I messed that up. That's okay. We're going to keep going. This is why I get so nervous when I free range stamp. I bet you though, if I lined it, no, you're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We make mistakes. We keep on trucking. Come up like that. Okay. So now look at that. You have some cute little snowflakes. Maybe I'll do one coming right out of his head there. Okay. There's also a smaller flake. Should I do some of those too? Popping that on the block. And whoop. Okay, that's cute too. So we'll just do a couple in and around the smaller. And really, once this kind of dries back a little, it's just going to be a nice little, just a nice, sweet little way of having some flakes on the top of the card, right? So easy, very simple. Okay, we'll pick you up. I just left that in there so I could see what I was doing. Get this out. I'm going to powder this. I'm not going to worry about up here because if anything sticks, I can just wipe it away. Like that. And bring that down and press. Let that ink transfer. Like that. Kind of just going in with this, stamping right on the card bases, but it's kind of fun because it just, oh, that looks great. All right. I will heat set this. And I'm probably, again, going to put it in a little book just to flatten it out. It's just something I do. You can also, well, some people like to run it through their die cut machine. Is there any other powder? No, that looks great. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's cute. It's not super warpy, but it is a little warpy. So again, we're gonna press you down, and we're just gonna go flatten that out for a little bit before I pop on my little friends. All right, taking all the backers off. little thumb squares. And where are my tweezers? And he's just going to pop right up in the center of the card. Like that. Isn't that a sweet little card? You know, if I wanted to, I could stamp more flakes in and around. I don't know. Would you do it? I think it's cute like that. But maybe a few more in and around. What do you think? Let's just put one there. Let's put one down here. Let's put one over here. Oh, that's kind of cute. All right, clean that off with my bare hand. Maybe that is just what we need. You know, look at me. Well, free range stamping with all the confidence in the world. Just little friends here, like that. And this will dry a little bit too, so it will look a little more toned and soft like that. But there. What if we just, we just made a background. I wish I would have stamped a few more at the start, you know what I mean, to have some tucked in and around. But you know what? I think that is a very sweet card. And that is the finished card project. I love it. All right, moving on to card 4. I lied. It's not done yet because I realized that if I took the glitter pen, this sparkle pen, which I think will look so, well, I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit here. I'm afraid that I'm going to muck it up, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to color this over the hat so that we have sparkle and shimmer on the hat. And I'm not going to get too close there because I don't want to muck it up. It's probably going to change the look of the alcohol a little bit too. But wait till you see the shimmer. It's so subtle, but we're shining it up. And then we're going to do a little here too. And you tell me, an elf has got to have some shine on his hair, right? They literally bathe in pixie dust. There's a little shine on their hair and their hat. Now the card's finished. I think this pattern paper strip is so cute. And I wanted to grab one of the leftovers, right, from that die cut sheet. And I want to show you, well, I think this will be cute. And again, there are so many options for pattern paper, but what I like to do is I like to keep them very simple. I'm going to get this right in here, okay, and cut. And put it through this side. I'm coming just a little bit over that line because I want to make sure this is fully incorporated. And do you see how there's a finger guard for both? You got to hold them both down and cut. Now I have this nice little strip for my card. Bring that in, bring that there, line that up at the bottom, and cut. There's my inch. That should be fine. A little bit there, and there on the other side, right? We're just gonna, close to running out. We're gonna pop this again so that that little friend is more or less in the center. Just butt it up, right? Does that look? I just still want to make sure because I'm going to be covering that up. Oh, so fun. Okay, look at me. I'm just using this little trimmer for so many things today. Let's line this up. Cut. Oh, I even locked it on that one. Okay. I think I could go a little closer there. Cut it the second time. And now I have that part trimmed for the front of my card. All right, let's pick it up like that. And so let's powder up this part. Happy holidays. All inked up, and let's press. Right, look at that. That's going to look great. Okay. I will do a little dusting away. I just want it to be crisp, clean, and white. Okay, now look at that. It's shiny. Oh, that's cute. Okay, and that's not very warpy, but still I am going to just put it in a book for just a little bit because, you know, I don't want too much warpy warp. So I'll be right back. I want to make sure I have a tiny bit of wiggle time like that, right? Oh my goodness. See, you don't even see that's there, but oh, this is so cute. Look at that. I just think that's a very clean and simple card with a little shine. Sure, if you wanted to, you know, maybe add in some sequins or things like that. I'm keeping this very simple, just using what was in the kit with the exception of the gold powder. But that is the 4th card project. So here's a look at the 4 cards that I created. I don't even know if I can fit them all in. I mean, I think these are all such sweet cards, right? Of course, this one, as fun as this is, yeah, it took me forever, but look at the shine on both a little hair. Isn't that fun? And again, simple fussy cutting on a stamped image, right? But also just using some of the pre-printed pieces. And then just this simple one there. I mean, I just feel like sometimes you can overthink, and these are just a few ideas, and think of all the other pieces. I haven't even opened the crackle paste. I have done nothing with these cute little baubles. So I think I'm going to have to plan another video where I make a little funkiness using some of this. So that is a look. I hope this inspires you to check out the kit. You can find all of the links, especially the link directly to the kit, below the video, and I will see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.